in the process of telling you why I chose my wife. Which one is the best? Dash these markers. Between these markers or among these markers? You sound more natural. Don't come and ask me, are you a student? Of course, I'm learning from life, so I'm always going to be a student. So instead of saying, are you a student? Beside and besides. Do you know what the difference is? It's choking me. You can say, hey, that's your tie. Loosen up your tie. So on the fourth place, we have advice and advisor. The difference is just C and S.
Preview.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to Maraki English with Abby once again. Today I'm going to tell you why I married her. Who? My wife. But in the process, I want to teach you some confusing words. Like there are some words that are so similar, but you don't exactly know when to use them and how. I'm going to make it clear in the process of telling you why I chose my wife. It says get them right all the time, and let's dive in. So the first reason I chose her is it says I chose her dash many women. I chose her dash many women. Right here I have chose. Chose is the past tense of choose. You just gotta lose one of the O and you have the past. Choose, chose. I chose her dash many women. Now, when we talk about comparing things and the number of things that are available and you compare them, so if you're comparing two things, you can say between. If you're comparing more than two things, you say among. Between, among. We use them both when we compare things. Okay? For example, which one is the best? Dash these markers. Between these markers or among these markers? What? I have three, right? So you say which one is special or which one is different among these markers. But if you have two, you can say between. So this marker or this marker. You know what? Let me make it the same color. So I'm asking you this marker or this marker? Look at them. There's no difference, dash them. There's no difference between them or among them. Between them. So remember this. Every time when you compare two things, you say between. If it's more than two, you say among. Okay? So the first answer, I chose her dash many women. I chose her among many women. You can see amongst. Amongst is British English, among is American English. That's the difference. So I chose her among many women. There were a lot of women, and among them, I'm like her, and I chose her. So when I compare her with my ex, there is a big difference, dash her and my ex. There is a big difference among her and my ex or between her and my ex. There is a big difference between her and my ex. So I have between here. So I'm comparing my wife and the girlfriend I had before her, which is my ex. There's a big difference between her and my ex. You know what? We have two words here. So the first one is this, between and among. Here I'm comparing her and my ex, so two people. I used between. Here I was comparing her with a lot of women, so I have among. So the first one is this, okay? Never get it wrong. It's okay. Two plus. This one, beside and besides. Do you know what the difference is? Have you thought about it before? Very simple. Beside means next to. Beside means next to. For example, our school is beside Zefmish Grand Mall. The Zefmish Grand Mall was there, and then next to it is our school. So beside means that.
Beside the tanks, can you see anything that...
There's a wastebasket beside the desk.
This one, besides, means in addition. For example, you're asking me to go to school or to go somewhere. I'm telling you, no, I don't want to go. You say, why? I'm tired. Besides, I'm hungry. In addition to that, plus, I'm hungry. So just add S, and it means in addition. You're adding more points, okay?
And besides, I'm an excellent cook.
And besides, I hate him.
What's the problem with our country? We're poor. Besides, we fight each other. That's what the problem is, really. So besides is used to add more points, but beside means Next to. So let's see these two sentences. The first one. She sat dash me in school. By the way, instead of saying he's a student, if you say he is in school, you sound more natural. Don't come and ask me, are you a student? Of course, I'm learning from life, so I'm always going to be a student. So instead of saying, are you a student? If you say, are you in school? You sound more natural, okay? He's in school. My son is in school.
Are you in school for that?
Are you in school?
So he says, she sat dash me in school. Besides me or beside me? She sat beside me. Yeah, she sat beside me in school. So let's start from the beginning. I chose her among many women. I compared her with a lot of women, and then I said, oh, she's my choice, and I took her. And when I compare her with my ex-girlfriend, the girlfriend I had before her, there is a big difference. So I'm comparing two things, two people. So I said between. There is a big difference between her and my ex. So when I told you the backstory, what happened before, when we were kids, she sat beside me, okay? She sat beside me, so I liked her for that. And what's more, she is the nicest person I knew. So, you see, we spent so much time when we were kids and sitting together, so because of that, she grew in me. She grew in me, like, first I didn't think of her much, but as the time goes by, she got bigger and bigger and bigger, and I liked her. She grew on me. So first, she sat beside me, so in school, so she grew on me because of that. But then when I see her, I mean, it says she is the nicest person I knew. I got to know her. Plus, in addition to that, besides, she's the nicest person I knew, okay? Like, out of all the people I knew, she's the number one. She's so nice. She is the nicest person I knew. Besides, I'm using besides to add more points. So why did I chose her? First off, I compared her. I chose her among many women. There were many women I knew. She was different, so I chose her. And when I compared her with my girlfriend, there is a big difference between her and my ex, right? You know what? The backstory is, like, the first time, we were in school, both of us were in school, and she sat beside me, So I liked her. I liked her for that because we spent so much time together. And besides, she is the nicest person I know. Like, she's the best. Okay, now let's see the third word. So here we have loose, and we have missing. First, let's see this. Loose. Loose is the opposite of tight. Loose. Ooh, this has a lot of meanings and it has a lot of expressions too. Loose. When kids are, 5, 6, 7 years old, their teeth becomes loose. Okay, it's not tight. If I'm wearing a tie and then you feel like it's choking me, you can say, hey, that's your tie. Loosen up your tie. Loosen up your tie. Make your tie loose. Okay?
Here, if you loosen my arm, I could get their bill for you.
You mind if I loosen my belt?
If I come to your house and I don't look comfortable, I'm just sitting there timid, like with my hands together like this, you can tell me, hey man, loosen up. It means relax, okay? Stretch yourself up a little bit, okay? Loosen up.
Hey, come on, loosen up, man.
Man, you gotta loosen up, man. I'm serious.
So loose is the opposite of tight. But this is loose. Loose is to not have something any longer. For example, I have a phone. And you ask me, where's your phone? Let me make a call. I'm sorry. I don't have my phone anymore. I lost it. It's no longer with me. I lost it. I don't know where it is. Okay? Maybe somebody stole it, but I don't know.
I think I lost it.
I lost it.
I lost it. So lose. Be careful with your phone or you will lose it. So lose, loose. You see the difference? You can tie some loose ends. To tie some loose ends means to fix something like as a final touch. What else? Loosey-goosey. We have a lot of expressions with loose. So loose is the opposite of tight. Loose is not to have something anymore. I have missing here. The difference between missing and loose is if it's in the house, you can say, hey, my phone is lost or missing. You don't know where you put it. You misplace it. So when you say it's missing, it means you're hoping that you'll find it again. But if you say, I lost it, it's gone, you don't think you're going to find it again. So, missing and lose. Now, let's see our sentence. I never want to dash her. I never want to lose her or lose her. Of course, I never want to lose her. I love her so much. I never want to lose her. Our relationship is tight. Our relationship is so tight. It's not dash. It's not loose, or it's not lose, or it's not loose. Of course, I just told you right now, right? Our relationship is so tight and it's not loose. Very good. Loose. Okay, because we always dash each other. So on the fourth place, we have advice and advise. The difference is just C and S. So this is pronounced as S. Advice. This is pronounced as Z. Advise. Yeah, it might look simple, but you might get it wrong. So advice. So the difference is, to advise is to tell someone or to give someone a piece of your brain, okay? A piece of your mind. Hey, can I have a piece of your mind? Means, can I ask you for advice? Can I have your 2 cents? Means, can I have your advice? So this is advice. This is advise. So if someone is always telling you do this and do that, and you don't want to listen to it anymore, you can tell them, hey man, please, don't dash me. Don't advise me. This is a verb. Don't advise me.
Advise me how we are supposed to handle this.
Davy, you must advise me.
Or you can say, don't give me any advice. I don't want your advice.
Don't give me any advice about my daughter.
I don't want your advice.
So advice is a noun. Advise is a verb. Okay? Let's practice here. Do you want my advice or advise? Advice. Do you want my advice? Yeah, please, I want it right now. Dash me. What? Advise me. That's why we said, we add R and we say advisor. Financial advisor, something advisor. Usually, if we add ER to verbs, it becomes the person who does it, right? You have a drive, and you say driver. It becomes the person. Teach is the verb. You have teacher. It becomes the person who does it. So just like that, we have advise, which is to tell someone what's better for them, or to tell them your opinion. And then advisor is the person who does it. Anyways, here, so you see, our relationship is so tight. It's not loose. Why is it so tight? Why isn't it loose? Because we always dash each other. Advise each other or advise each other. We always, advise each other. Okay? We always advise each other. And we take each other. Yeah, each other and one another. They mean the same thing. They love one another. He loves her and she loves him.
And of course, we love one another.
So long as we love one another.
They love each other. She loves her and he loves him. They're the same thing.
And we love each other.
They love one another and they love each other. One another, each other. They mean the same thing. Let's help one another. Help me and I'll help you. Let's help each other. Boom. It's the same thing. They don't have any difference. Anywho, because we always advise each other and we take each other's advice. I take her advice, she takes mine. So we take each other's advice. So far, so good. I chose her among many women. She's special. And there's a big difference between her and my ex. I'm thankful my ex is gone and she's here. When I tell, in high school, she sat beside me. Nice. She sat beside me. She sat next to me. Okay? And besides, she is the nicest person I knew. Out of all the person, she's the best one. I never want to lose her. Yeah, she's just so good to me. I want to keep her next to me. I never want to lose her. Our relationship is tight and it's not loose because we always advise each other. Okay? We always advise each other. Nice. And we take each other's advice. We don't only advise each other, we practice what we advise each other. Okay? We take each other's advice. Nothing can outdash my love to her. If you have out plus verb, it means to do it better. For example, I'm running and the dog is running. If I say, I can outrun the dog, it means I'm faster than him, okay? Somebody's trying to be smart with me. Maybe he said, take this money and then go to this place and then do that. Like he's trying to trick me. I said, okay. And I knew that he was trying to trick me. So I said, okay. And I took the money and I disappeared. What did I do? I outsmarted him, okay? To outsmart someone means to become smarter than somebody else.
You think you outsmarted him?
Outsmarted by Waverly.
If somebody says, I can out-teach you, it means he can teach better than me, okay? Outshine, outsmart, outrun, out-talk, out anything. So here I have out something, but these are the words, right? The first one is wait, this one is weigh. You know the difference between these two? I know most people know this, but not many with this. W-E-I-G-H. To weigh is to measure how heavy something is. If you want to ask me my weight, you say, how much do you weigh? How much do you weigh?
How much do you weigh?
How much do you weigh?
If you have something, it could be sugar, anything, and you want to get it measured, you take it to someone and you can say, can you please weigh this for me? Weigh this for me. But the weight is actually like, this is the noun. To weigh is the verb, okay? So if I say outweigh, it means it has more weight. Yeah, there are a lot of bad things in our country, but the good outweighs the bad. The good outweighs the bad means we have more good than bad, okay? The good outweighs the bad. The good outweighs the bad, huh? So it says, nothing can outdash my love to her. The answer is weigh. Nothing can outweigh my love to her. There are a lot of heavy things in this world, but when I compare them with my love to her, nothing is heavier than that, okay? Nothing can outweigh my love to teaching. Nothing can outweigh my love to her, okay? She's the best. Like I have such a strong emotion towards her. So, the last one. Do you know why I love her that much? She helps me carry the weight of the world. This is actually a famous expression. Carry the weight of the world. Carry the weight of the world. If you see someone always putting themselves down and say, oh, this or all that, like, you know, being too hard on themselves, you can tell them, hey, man, don't carry the weight of the world on your shoulder. Don't carry the weight of the world on your shoulder. So this is just a common expression. So,
my darling, you have the full weight of the world on your shoulders.
You gotta stop carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, G.
If I said, she helps me carry she helps me carry the weight. She helps me carry the weight of the world. She helps me carry the weight of the world. Like, you know, like the world is always trying to weigh you down. Oh, weigh down, another expression. To weigh down means to push you down. The world is always trying to push you down, but she's there telling me to be strong and then carry it somehow with the strength I don't have. So, yeah, she helps me carry the weight of the world. That's it. So these are the expressions. This one, I have it here because most people pronounce it wrongly. It's not hate, it's height. Okay? Like height. I'm afraid of height. Not I'm afraid of hate.
Because I'm afraid of heights.
I'm afraid of heights.
Hate is H-A-T-E. It's just a bonus. Nice. So hate. Yeah, good. So these are the 10 words that I think are confusing. Among and between. We use among when we compare more than two things, between for two things only. Beside means next to. Besides, you use it to add additional points. Loose, something that's not tight, something that's moving around. Lose is not to have any more. You don't know where it is. You don't say someone stole it because you didn't see the thief, so you misplaced it maybe. I don't know, misplaced is another expression. And we have missing. Missing is temporarily. If you say, I lost my phone, it's not with you anymore, and you gave up on it. So we have advice and advise. Advice is the noun, advise is the verb. Weight and weigh. Weight is the noun, okay? Like it has heavy weight. Weigh is to measure how heavy something is. And you have, hate. It's not pronounced hate. You pronounce it as height. So these are the expressions, guys. I hope you like the way I taught you. Until I see you next time, take care of yourselves. This is Marky English with Abby, over and out.